واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على خاتم النبيين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وإخوانه والصحابة أجمعين. A number of times people ask for advice about seeking knowledge. One of the better and most renowned wasaya, counsels in seeking knowledge, is the counsel of the great mujtahid Imam Taqi as-Subki, who gave advice to his son Muhammad when his son was becoming a qadi. And Imam as-Subki was one of the greatest scholars of the second half of Islamic scholarship. And his advice is in rhyme. And we'll read it and take an explanation of, because it contains a lot of things that are important for us as students of knowledge to understand. He says, بُنَيَّ لَا تُهْمِلْ نَصِيحَةِ الَّتِي أُوصِيكَ وَاسْمَعْ مِنْ مَقَالِ تَرْشُدِي. My dear son, do not ignore my counsel which I am giving you, and hear my words, and you shall be guided. احفظ كتاب الله والسنن التي صحت وفقه الشافعي محمدي. Learn or memorize the book of Allah and the sunnahs that are authentic, and the fiqh of Shafi'i Muhammad, because Imam Shafi'i's first name was Muhammad. And of course this has a number of things, that as a student of knowledge, while seeking the various sciences that we do study, and you take courses or attend programs, but we also have to hold fast to our relationship with the Book of Allah and with the Sunnah of our Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. And these various Islamic sciences, they're derived from the Quran and the Sunnah, but in studying them, we should not forget the importance of having that relationship with the primary sources. And to learn and to give priority to your study of fiqh, because fiqh gives you the knowledge of what you need to know regarding your actions, whether your worship or your relationship with others. Then he says, وَعْلَمْ أُصُولَ الْفِقْهِ عِلْمًا مُحْكَمًا يَهْدِيكَ لِلْبَحْثِ الصَّحِيحِ الْأَيِّدِ. And know usul al-fiqh, know the foundations, the foundational principles of Islamic jurisprudence, and know it well, and this will guide you to sound research that has strong support. And this is important for students who are somewhat more advanced, that knowledge of usul al-fiqh helps you understand how fiqh is derived and how it is properly understood. And usul al-fiqh gives you the interpretive principles by which the primary texts are understood. And unless you reach the level of ijtihad, you're not applying them directly, but having understanding of how our great jurists derived Islamic law helps us deal with a lot of confusions that reign in many people's minds. Then he tells us, وَتَعَلَّمِ النَّحْوَ الَّذِي يُدْنِ الْفَتَى مِنْ كُلِّ فَهْمٍ فِي الْقُرْآنِ مُسَدَّدِ. And learn nahu, the science of Arabic grammar, which draws one close from every correct understanding of the Quran, because the Quran is in high Arabic. In order to understand it in a nuanced manner, one needs to understand the science of Arabic grammar, to understand what are the linguistic interpretive possibilities of the verse. So in one's own reading of the Quran, one has an enriched understanding, and one is seeking to interpret the Quran or understand the interpretations of our classical exegetes or of the Sahaba. We appreciate where they got this interpretation from. Then he says, وَخُذِ الْعُلُومَ بِهِمَّةٍ وَتَفَطُّنٍ وَقَرِيحَةٍ سَمْحَاءَ ذَاتَ تَوَقُّدِ, and learn the sciences with determination and discernment and understanding, and an outlook that is easygoing but illumined. Okay? So he gives a few keys to someone being successful as a student of knowledge. He tells us in line 5 that, and seek the sciences of Islam with what? With determination, okay? With himmah. And determination means that one has a clear goal that one is working towards, okay? And then one is taking the positive steps to reach that goal. وَتَفَطُّن, and discernment. So one isn't just someone who's just gathering stuff. One is gathering, but one is seeking to understand. Okay? One is seeking to understand, looking how things fit together, reflecting, asking questions. وَقَرِيحَةٍ سَمْحَاء, and an attitude that is easygoing. An attitude that is easygoing, i.e., that one doesn't get stuck in nuances without looking at the bigger picture. One sees that the purpose of knowledge is the action that results, either outward action or inward, spiritual action, the turning of the heart. So one has this wide outlook about the sciences. So sometimes you can get stuck in some detail and not see the bigger picture, which can confuse you or get you stuck in something secondary, and you forget the primary purpose of the sciences, which is to facilitate one in turning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, either in one's relating to Allah himself or to Allah's creation. And this easygoing outlook that is illuminated by what? By understanding the spirit of the Quran and the Sunnah, both of which are a manifestation of Allah's overflowing mercy. And then he says, وَاسْتَنْبِطِ الْمَكْنُونَ مِنْ أَسْرَارِهَا وَابْحَثْ عَنِ الْمَعْنَى الْأَسَدِّ الْأَرْشَدِ, and derive its hidden secrets, derive the hidden secrets of knowledge, and search for the most correct and most guided meaning, i.e., that don't just suffice with the outward form of the knowledge, but also find its secrets, the meaning underlying them. Why are things this way? So for example, when you see that it tells you, for example, these are the things that are disliked in prayer, you say, okay, well, these are the things disliked in prayer. But you reflect, what is the purpose behind these things being disliked? So you'll realize that there's a point that all these things that are disliked, they busy your heart and mind from focusing on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, when we so you reflect and you understand these meanings, and of course, when as a student you seek to confirm your understanding with your teachers, and search for the soundest and most guided of meanings. The most guided, i.e., search for how this knowledge that you're seeking can facilitate your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and help you facilitating others' relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when you convey the knowledge, when you have the ability to, you don't convey the knowledge as just a matter of academic interest. That, oh, look at, this is very interesting, the Islamic outlook on the worship of God. No. You look at, how can I convey this knowledge in a manner that is of most practical benefit to other people? Then he says, وَعَلَيْكَ أَرْبَابَ الْعُلُومِ فَلَا تَكُنْ فِي ضَبْطِ مَا يُلْقُونَهُ بِمُفَنِّدِ, and hold fast to the people of knowledge. So don't be the one who's just who's easily critical and rejecting of what they are conveying. I.e., hold fast to the people of knowledge, that in your learning, don't just suffice yourself with reading books. Reading is very important, and it's a key to having deep knowledge. But, and the primary mode of learning is to seek knowledge from the people of knowledge.